You also do trainings for teachers.
I do. I do.
What does that look like? What are you teaching teachers?
I teach teachers how to use stories to make history come alive. And so that's the difference, as we were talking, between Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492 and the Nina the Pinta the Santa Maria. So the story to me of Christopher Columbus, who is not one of my favorite people, but the story is him standing on that deck that first day out. He's left. There's been all the hoopla at the dock and Isabella and, who knows, they broke a bottle of wine on the hull, whatever they did. And he's standing on that deck that first morning and they're heading out to sea. And he says to himself, he's looking, the sailors are swabbing the deck and trimming the sail. And he says, what the hell am I doing out here? They're going to mutiny on me. We're going to be sucked under by a big octopus. I owe Isabella all this money and we may never find it. Maybe I'm wrong. That's the story of Christopher Columbus. And that's the story you can talk to kids about. So I remember being invited into a classroom by a parent at Ed Smith School. And the teacher was having the kids do a unit about the American Revolution. And this parent really felt like it was so dry. And she knew me. Her son was in my drama program at the Onondaga Historical Association when I was ed director there. And so she and the teacher were kind of so the teacher finally agreed to let me come in the classroom and do some programming with the kids. And she gave me, I'm going to tell the truth, she gave me the kid that had developmental issues, the behavior problem kids, what she did, the troublemakers. And what she didn't know about me is I had worked for years with kids just like that before I went into my whole little storytelling humanities kind of lifestyle. And I had the kids, and I think part of what had happened is that her child picked Crispus Attucks to do a report on. And the teacher argued that Black people did not contribute to the American Revolution. They were all slaves. So this is why I think I was finally allowed in the classroom with the principal and all that. And so I let the kids pick who they wanted to do. And I let them pick out of color, out of their gender. So George Washington was a female, and she was the developmentally challenged kid in the classroom. And how I approached it was to ask them not what happened. I asked, why did they make the decisions that they made? We looked at the history. How did George feel? King George feel once he lost the colonies? Why was he so stubborn about these taxes and stuff? And we were able to discuss that. And that child was able to then to do a part in a production. So the production was a modern day person interviewing the kids who were these characters from the American Revolution and interviewing them about why they did, how they felt. So, because that's what history is. And it was exciting, this program with these kids, in that the kid who was always in trouble, Dad was a tailor, and Dad made an outfit for him. I mean, these parents were so proud of these kids, and this was supposed to be the group that nobody was going to be able to do anything with. And so that's how I approach stories with kids. That's how you make stories live. That's how the layers of stories, even within that experience of the history, the motivations of that history, and these kids at this time and place doing something that nobody thought that they could do.